Hello, our question for this week was, do you ever feel like you are talking loud enough but no one understands you? If you have Parkinson's and answered yes, you are not alone. Up to 90% of people with Parkinson's experience changes in their voice and speech that can negatively impact communication. The most common changes include a softer voice, hoarse or breathy voice quality, monotone, and imprecise articulation. Here's the challenge, however. Many people with Parkinson's feel their voice is just fine, in particular vocal loudness, but those around them may be complaining, "What did you say? I didn't hear you." This can be a real source of frustration for the person with Parkinson's and a point of contention between communication partners, where the conversation sounds like, "You need to talk louder. You need to pay attention and get your hearing checked." As it turns out, the changes in speech and voice in Parkinson's are not just in the motor system, but the sensory system as well. What this means is the person with Parkinson's truly feels like they are talking at normal loudness, even though listeners perceive it as too soft. And when the person with Parkinson's talks louder, which listeners perceive as normal, to them it feels like they're shouting. Let's hear this scenario described very eloquently by our dear friend Gary.
And the first conversation I had with a speech and language therapist, other than my wife, regarding my voice, we just sat down at a table and she put a voice level meter between us and we talked for about 10 minutes. And she wrote down the scores as she saw them coming up through the voice level meter. And at the end of the conversation, she showed me my scores and they were around 48, 49, 50 dB. And I thought, that's pretty good. And then she showed me her scores and they were kind of 89, 90, 91. And she wasn't shouting at me. And I thought, that's a difference, you know? So that was the first time.
What's the take-home message? Speech and voice changes happen early and often in people with Parkinson's. If you have Parkinson's, you may be unaware of these changes and feel like the world around you has lost its hearing. The good news is that speech treatment, like LSVT LOUD, can help. And the sooner you engage in speech treatment, the better. In the meantime, if you are noticing people are asking you to repeat or not engaging in conversation, talk louder than you feel like you should. I promise it will have a positive impact. Then seek a speech evaluation and speech treatment. To locate specialized Parkinson's LSVT LOUD certified clinicians, go to our website as listed here and click that Find LSVT Clinicians buttons. To learn more, join me on May 17th for a special webinar on the origins of speech disorders in Parkinson's hosted by the PMD Alliance. You can scan the QR code on the screen and get right to the registration page. Whatever you do, keep your voice alive, talk louder, and stay engaged with communication.